Michael Tiny Saul. Today is Monday, April 4th, 2011. It's 10:22 in the evening, and this video is going to be management of the stock watch list that we did for the week of April 4th, 2011. Going to add a couple more stocks and probably take a couple of stocks off. So let's take a look. ANR, Alpha Natural Resources. I was watching this high to be taken out. It was. This went about $1.33 from the entry. I was talking about taking some profits on at least partials. And then it pulled back. So right here, I'd have the stops at break even, or if you weren't stopped out on the retrace. And if you were, then it was still an okay trade if profits were taken on the push above that high. That's ANR. UDRL did not fire off. Even though the line is here, I want to be clear that we're looking for a trade above this high up here at 1060. So I'm looking for like a move above 1060 with a stop probably below $10. So maybe 62, 63 cent risk. And now I know some people may say, wow, 60 cents on a $10 stock, that's 6%. Yeah, it is. But it doesn't matter how much of a percent of the stock price that the stop is. It matters how much of a percent of your portfolio that you're risking. Okay, that's a money management rule. You could use a $5 stop on this if you want. If your risk parameter says I can lose $100 a trade, then if you're risking $5, you can take 20 shares, right? I mean, that's what it comes down to. So don't get spooked with, oh, look at this, it's a low price stock and it's a wide stop. It doesn't matter. It's all how you adjust it on your share size, right? Okay, so that's UDRL, hasn't triggered yet. APC, this is Anadarko Petroleum, came just shy of firing off. 83.98 is the entry, and I'm sorry, 83.98 was the high of Monday. 84.01, the high is 84, so 84.01 would be the trigger. Watch this one. I want to see this one break and hold. If this thing goes 50, 60 cents, I'd be moving stops to break even, and if it turned out that it was closed poorly, okay, let's say it went up and it was up $1, and then it wound up selling off and closed the day only up 20 cents. Well, I would just pitch it. Just take it. That's a sign of weakness, right? I want to see it break and close well. It doesn't have to close at the highs, but I want to see it at least in the top 30% of the day's range, if it's a nice size range bar, right? I mean, a 30% in the 30% of the range in this doesn't matter, but top 30% of this range, something you want to watch for, right? So that's what I'm looking at. I want to see it break and close well. NCR, okay, did not fire off. And once again, even though I drew the line a little shallow, still looking for this high of 1903, and I'd be using a stop below 1860. Okay, so that's NCR. UIS. Okay, UIS is still kind of meandering along. Inside day here. A little dynamite triangle. I'd like to see it drop out here. Stops are above last Thursday's highs. He was like 31.71. That would still lock in a little bit of profit on the rest of the position. AZO, no trigger here, right? Looking for a break above Friday's high, 276.05. So looking at 276.06, sorry. Looking, if that were to fire off, probably have to put the stop below Monday's low. So you're looking at $4.50. So once again, make sure your size is appropriate, because all the risk should be the same as far as your portfolio, right? You're risking $4.50 on this and 30 cents on another stock. Guess what? If they stop out, it should be the same amount of money lost. I know that may sound confusing, and if it is, just drop me an email, tinymjs@gmail.com, and I will be happy to answer you and talk more about it via email. Okay? And these, once again, of course, are always just my opinions on things. They're not recommendations. You know what you are capable of. You know how much you can risk. You know what your financial situation is. I have no idea. Okay, I don't know what everybody's financial situation is. All right, so let's look at two nice ones today. First was Research in Motion, and it broke the low of Friday, triggered to the downside, 55.84, and it went to as low as 54.31. It closed plus at least plus $1. So, if you're not taking profits here, I don't know what you're waiting for. Nothing wrong with riding half, but stop should be break even here, and let's see if this thing can get a really nice kaplunk. All right, if half shares weren't taken off, well, then just, hopefully it doesn't gap big on Tuesday and you have an opportunity to take half off at the open or see what it does, okay? So just watch that one. And Merck was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this was a gorgeous play. The trigger was 1371, and I talked about using a stop at 1341. I specifically mentioned it in the video yesterday. Went as low as 1350, so came close to stopping out, and just exploded to the upside here. At the high, it was at 1494, which is $1.24 gain, which is over 4 times the risk, right? It was a 31-cent risk, so it actually was exactly 4 times the risk. So this is a 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Once again, if you didn't take profits somewhere here, I'm not saying you got the top, okay, but if you didn't take profits somewhere on this expansion candle, I don't know what you're waiting for. And once again, partials, and then see if this thing could get up and break 15. Maybe we can get a runner on this one, okay? But this was a real nice one here because the risk was defined and it went 2, 3, 4 times what the risk was. All right, so let's look at a couple of new ones. AMN, Amaron. Now, notice where this stock is relative to the 200-day moving average here. This one is more a watch list stock than anything, so I want to see this one bounce up and form. I'm just drawing lines here. Who knows if it'll stay within these boundaries, but a nice little pennant or a bear flag, stealth bear flag, and I want to see if this thing can go down and test the 200-day. It's not actionable Tuesday. It is not actionable. This is a wait and see. Okay, CPLA, another one that's not actionable, but I want to see if it tests this 20 EMA and forms a reversal candle. We'll look at that again for Wednesday. And then finally, Fossil. Fossil had this doji right at the highs, and actually, if you look at this one, you could see that it actually broke the low of that doji on Monday, so it's a good thing we didn't. This was on my wait and see list that I didn't talk about yesterday, but now it kind of broke this low. So what I'm watching for on Tuesday is I'm watching for that first low here, the 92.95, to be broken to the downside, and the stop would be on the other side. All right, so this has, in my opinion, potential down to at least the 10-day moving average, if not this horizontal resistance up here at 85.20, which would be a pretty nice gain considering, on a risk-reward scale. But I've been watching this one very, very carefully here. Obviously, it's in a strong uptrend, but the doji and then followed by, this is almost a doji too, on Monday, that's saying that it's showing uncertainty, okay? So from here, uncertainty in a trend can lead to a retracement. All right, same thing on a strong downtrend, right? So just watch this here. Actionable for Tuesday, but be careful on this one because you're fighting the trend and it is above 90. I just think that it's going to rest before it resumes. That's it. I will talk to everybody. It looks like we didn't take anything off the list. I thought we were going to take something off the list. I guess we didn't. That's it, though. I will talk to everybody again tomorrow with further management. Take care and good trading.